Hello, everybody. Can you hear us? Can you see us? Happy Valentine's Day. It's a pure commercial exercise, isn't it? Right, let's see who's here. Hello, everyone. Tabitha, Goldie, hello.
Right, it's up on the screen now. It's only just come on.
I'm just finishing up at work. My shift ends right when you start the chat. Good. I thought going a little bit later would be better. And hopefully for people in Australia, I did try looking at doing it in the mornings, but then that would have been like really difficult for people in America. Marcia Toms, hello. Fluffy Kitten.
Have you checked they can hear you okay?
Sheila Jamba, not quite yet, just I think they can hear me. Pam. Jodie, Carmen. I said Jamba before. Melissa Crawford. Hello, Glinda. Hi. I saw your missed call this afternoon. I was asleep again on the sofa. I fell asleep after watching what's it called? The Gilded Age. I think I got to the end of that in the
on
end.
HBO. Did you get to the end?
Yeah, because it just went straight back to the beginning, which surprised me. I thought, I'm sure I've seen this before. Paula E. Martin, Glow, Susan Cullum, Night Owl 2, David Murphy, Joe Jones, Pam Meinik, Dame Anna, the Duchess of Mearns, KK, Hello Dell, Tina Foot, and Minu Verdi, Diana Waitier, Bonjour, Sylvie and Fillion, Orchidea, Dithian. I've been checking for Megan updates. She hasn't said anything, has she? She hasn't said a word. Now I'm warm enough. I was too cold before.
Can I take a look at it, darling?
No, I'll keep it because then I'll get cold. And
okay. I've got the fire stove.
A friend of mine is one of the prop set decor buyers for the Gilded Age. Yeah, I remember you telling me that you had a friend who does stage dressing, shall we say. Isabel, another Lancashire lass. So you can all hear us, okay? And Selma Lily, Newmarket. It's lovely to see you all here this evening. So yeah, no updates from Megan. I've been checking on my phone. Anyone heard anything? Is she pregnant? I think it'd be kind of funny if she was. Brenda, Tabitha, Daisy, Lorac, Mary Tynes, GJM, Rahab Von Horn, Lisa Birch, Malika, hello, Mary Lee. Yes, nothing from Megan. I was thinking if she is pregnant, wouldn't it be amazing this time if she had more of a cubular bump, square bump, to be a bit different.
Yeah.
I think that'd be kind of cool. Set of fashion. Why not? I reckon she's recovering from plastic surgery. Maybe.
She now looks like Jennifer.
Why do people who already look fantastic, and she's a pretty girl, well, girl, lady of advancing years, she doesn't really need anything doing, does she? I think it's crazy. KPWHU, good evening. Stephanie LeBlanc, Sheila Kelly, Diane, I said Diane Waiter, Maggie P, hello. But someone I know spotted her in a polo lounge of Beverly Hills Hotel. Oh, okay. What was that, Megan? Glinda. Dude, if there's another kid, there won't be an announcement till the coronation. Yeah, it'll be on the day, won't it? It'll be on the day. There'll be a drama. Speaking of the coronation, firstly, I hope Queen Camilla gets well soon. And secondly, I hear she's going to wear Queen Mary's crown, which Queen Mary bought from Garrard's. And it's in the shop, being fitted out as we speak. What do you make of that?
To adjust it for her head when we put pads inside it, do you reckon?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe they have to put another sort of a mounting rail.
Maybe they can change the inside.
They're apparently going to add
the Kohinoor diamonds.
No, 3 of the Queen's personal diamonds, and they're called 3, 4, and 5. I forget the name. It begins with a C, but it's not the Kohinoor. Kohinoor's K, I think, anyway. She looks okay. Sometimes she looks crazy. Yeah, Megan does look crazy sometimes. That's maybe because she might be. My latest plastic surgery have gone terribly wrong, has it? Okay. It's like when your kids are too quiet and you wonder what they're up to, usually something not good. I didn't think she would release an announcement today. Certainly not a pregnancy. Definitely not. Just a feeling. So, and I see some magazine quite cheekily, they didn't mention Megan, but they said for Valentine's Day, they had a box of chocolates with the heads of all the billionaires in it. So you could choose your
Aiding billionaire.
Well, Elon Musk was in there. The guy that owns Airbnb was in there. I can't remember his name. And there was a couple of other people in there. Kim Kardashian apparently is a billionaire.
She?
Yeah, she's got something like 1.8 billion. I didn't know that.
Yeah, but she won't fancy Meghan
Mary
Markle,
Ipock, hello. What he drink? Oh, orange juice in champagne glasses that we use for Christmas. Well, I've got
I'm
champagne
on the orange juice as well. I'm teetotal now.
Wendler, hello from
Enjoying
Norway. Joe Jones, yes, maybe. The thing is, with these billionaires, these families are going to be very close rank at the best of times. And her reputation now is somewhat tainted, isn't it? Internationally. Well, very tainted, actually, because from the point of view of rich, I'll try looking at the camera. From a rich family's point of view, who protect their privacy, let's say, for example, I don't know, the Vanderbilts, do they really want to invite someone into their family? I've said this before many times, and then have them effectively blackmail them and say, if you don't give me what I want, I'm going to go on telly and say you're sexist, you're racist, you know. And even though, and then it's just super weird that Harry went on telly with Tom Bradby of all people and said, no one ever said the royal family was racist.
Must have imagined it.
What, the whole population of the planet imagined that Meghan inferred that there was a racist in the royal family? Is that why they had to come out and say it wasn't the Queen or Philip, they're not racists?
Yeah. William was having a denying that they're not racist.
Yeah, someone in the press said.
So someone must have mentioned something about racism.
Are the royal family racist? And William said, we're very much not a racist family. And they said, have you spoken to your brother? And he said, no, but I will be. Which I thought was quite funny, actually.
I didn't get married at Windsor. No, it was Westminster Abbey.
Yes, Jamber, it would be very stupid if she tried to pass off another pregnancy, wouldn't it? Yeah, Meghan is very headstrong in her goals. Very, very headstrong. She can't see, obviously, what everyone else can see.
Since when has ambition been a dirty word, she said. Well,
Hi, Poppy Fields. Have I missed anybody? Momo, you can't make this up. That's the actual headline. Excuse me while I change my pants while I wet myself laughing. I'm going to keep an eye on it, though, because you never know. I mean, it's still Valentine's Day, isn't it? Just in case she's released something, I just keep checking.
Well, it must be midday.
She's unusually quiet.
All thereabouts in California now. So maybe she's not going to release something till this afternoon, I don't know.
Well, what time is it in California now?
About midday. It's 9 o'clock European time. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but isn't it about 9 hours difference between Europe and California?
There's absolutely nothing. In fact, when I search her name, a lot of other people come up I've never heard of. Well, I've heard of some of them.
Yeah. Farrell,
I've heard of him. Louis Vuitton, Alex Cora. So she's not even in a search. It's only 2 p.m. here in Tennessee, which is Central Standard Time. Right, okay. There's time then. Princess Carol, is she here? Hello, Princess Carol. Tatiana Makovikin, Lady Jane, Deborah Coleman. Hello. I'm sorry if I've missed anybody. Oh, yes, before I forget.
Benjamin Escoffier, boring.
What? Oh, Ben?
There.
Oh, thank you, Ben. My cup overfloweth. All the way
That's
from
how
your
we give
bedroom.
you a shout out.
Yeah. Speaking of shout outs, a few people left comments on the video today to say that Lilani of Barbados has been feeling a bit down. I love Lilani. I've been watching her from the beginning. She's another, how could you put it, warrior, you know, one of the originals. And she did, I watched her video today. I haven't had any notifications for her in ages. And I'm really sorry to hear that she's feeling down. And I hope she doesn't stop doing her YouTube channel. She's brilliant. Mad World Tarot is another one that a lot of you recommended. And a lady called Claire Thackeray, she's a tarot card reader, and I think one of the smaller ones, and one or two people have said she's incredibly accurate. So they're ones to check out as well. Steph just said that Megan hit Kim at Ellen's party to help her, and they are supposed to get together. I can't believe Kim will fall for it. But Steph said it seems to be a go. What is that, Kim Kardashian with Megan? Really? I'm not sure about that. David Murphy, did Rihanna spoil Nutmeg's plans at the Super Bowl? Megan didn't go to the Super Bowl, did she? But I saw that Rihanna was there. Someone was criticising Rihanna. Hello, Woo. She's loving the attention of everyone wondering where she is. Yes, could well be right. Babette, hello, Babette. It was over a post she did the other day about the court case and was not favourable to Samantha. Right, yes, she did mention that in the video today, and she explained she studied law. Hello, Royally Blonde, by the way. Royally Blonde is another YouTuber. No ex-royals at the Super Bowl. I think they would have been booed. That's probably going to be their biggest fear, isn't it, at the moment? Yeah, Lilani was saying, because she studied law, she'd got information from the court case. So I haven't seen any really specific details about the court case itself. And she was expressing her concerns, basically, that she's worried that Megan might countersue Samantha and that Samantha will end up with an even harder time. Although I'm not quite sure what she would countersue for. Because if Megan was going to sue her sister, she'd have done that years ago. And I'm not sure that you can sue someone for something that is said in court. You can't in UK law. Someone could stand up in the witness box and say all kinds of terrible things, and they can't be sued, and police can't be sued for defamation.
Same in the House of Commons, MPs can't get done for lying.
I don't know if they can be done for defamation. I'm not sure about that one, but I remember from our defamation suit, but we were calling the police as witnesses, and the police agreed to it. That was very helpful of them, actually, for once. And that was what largely strengthened our case. They said, yeah, they were witnesses to some stuff that had been said. But I'd said to my lawyer, can anybody ever sue a police officer? And he said, no, you can't. My mate, who was helping me before, I had to go to court all on my own. My favourite true blue YouTube couple, thank you very much. Lady Jane. Kooky Toots, Just Smile Tarot is good. Trevor. Just Smile. Is Trevor here? Hiya, Trevor. Yes, we've all got to support Trevor. It's so unjust and so outrageous what's happened to him. And what's really bad, and it's a similar situation to Wally, not the same, but in the way that YouTube will not explain what's wrong. And that's what makes me suspect it's a dodgy deal. It's a dodgy situation. Why not explain? I
smell a rat. I really do.
I do. Yeah. And Trevor's right. It could happen to absolutely any one of us. If it can happen to Trevor, it happened to Sue Smith at one point.
Yeah.
It can happen to anybody, and all YouTubers should be aware of that. And
yeah, if you've got loads of money, you just find someone who's in YouTube who's got the finger on the button and say, yeah, here's a new Rolex or a new Mercedes. And it's done. You can turn people off just like that.
Sandy Parrott
someone in your pocket
pointed out today that apparently the YouTubers didn't physically go back to work until April last year, I think.
Oh, because of COVID.
Yeah, that sort of thing. And a lot of them wanted to stay working at home. I think she said April 2022. It could have been 2020. I think it was 2022. So then when people are working from home, it's a lot more difficult, isn't it?
Trevor only got demonetised in September, wasn't it, last year?
Yeah.
So they'd have been back by then.
And there will be, I would imagine, a footprint in the system as to who made that initial decision.
I would imagine so, yeah.
And again, I still haven't written my letter because I've got to be in the office to do that. We've had the storm and we had all the boat checks and all the dolphin safari stuff going on. But tomorrow I'm going into Gibraltar, and that's the moment that I will print it off and send that letter, because there's a thing called the ethics. It's higher than YouTube. It's higher than Google. It's a commission. That's right. They call themselves a commission. And they're so high up, they've already arrived. They work at Alphabet, which owns Google, which owns YouTube.
Sandra's on.
And they urge people, if they discover any corruption within any of the organisations controlled by Google, to write to them and point it out. And I would imagine they're inundated. But I will write the letter, and I'll make it an open letter. I'll take pictures and I'll put it on a community post. And I will send a copy I'll WhatsApp Trevor a copy, so I don't know his address, and I'll send a copy to Wally as well, because I'm going to include Wally and Trevor in it. They're under slightly different circumstances. I mean, Wally's just off, silenced, whereas Trevor seems to be being punished in a different way, and it's...
David Murphy just said that Daniel Boland's been demonetised.
Has he?
Well, that's what David Murphy just put there.
Really?
Definitely suspicious stuff going on.
Has he been demonetised?
I don't know. It's the first I've heard, David. Honestly, I don't know. That's the first I've heard.
Yeah, it's the first I've heard of it.
But again, he picks on the duo.
The duo, not
duo,
the duo robot.
Yeah.
Good God, Stephanie LeBlanc. Lady C seems to think that Samantha has a good case. I believe she said something like it might end up even being bigger news than Depp versus her. Yeah, I would imagine, because I don't know anything about Florida state law, but she's got Nate the lawyer, and like worlds are colliding. And if it does come out, as I've said many, many times, if it does come out that Boozy was her henchman, I mean, there are people sent to prison for trolling. Graham's son being one of them. Well, I don't know that he was trolling so much, but he was expressing opinions. But there are people who have trolled people online and they go to prison.
Yeah.
And I will be one of the loudest voices against Meghan Markle
I did a video.
and Prince Harry. If I find out they have paid for online bullying.
I did a video today about it. It's a very nasty little charge, actually. Online stalking, they call it. If you're rude to people on Twitter, that's online stalking.
Really?
And offences range between 6 months. I put the links on. If you go on my channel, you'll see the film I made. I put links to the judge's sentencing guidelines, okay? And it goes anywhere from 6 months up to 14 years for being rude on the internet.
Just for being rude?
Well, they call it stalking. And if they think that there's a racial or a religious angle,
yes,
then it just goes right up.
I mean, I've got to say, you all know that, I can't speak for Wally on this, but you all know that there's this Piglet Twitter account that tweets. If, let's say, for example, the police went and grabbed hold of the person behind Twitter and they were going to be in court and they said, Fiona, can you come and give evidence?
Complaints, they will. They'll track these people down.
If I had my day in court and the judge said, well, what do you think should happen? I'm not sure I would even opt for a custodial sentence. I'd say, well, they need to feel the brunt in some way. And if the judge said, well, I am looking at a custodial sentence, I would say not more than 12 months.
Internet trolls.
I mean, I can only speak for myself.
They're a nuisance. And if you feel that your life or has been threatened, the threat of violence, I mean, again, the charge, the sentence goes right up.
Even then, Graham, I mean,
you're sitting there thinking, I thought Piglet was going to come and kill me.
Well,
that's 10 years.
I never thought Piglet is going to come and kill us, not for a second.
But if you stood up in court and you said that, I feared for my life and my safety. Yes. I was looking up and down the street. I was going to change my routine.
Yeah.
It relies 10 years.
It relies on victim honesty and witness honesty.
100%.
Really. And also the judge. It is very much down to judges as well, isn't it?
Down to the judging sentencing guidelines, I think. It's out of order. They need to be ripped up.
Trevor has said something, because a lot of people are saying, good luck, Trevor.
Yeah.
Yes, it's very unjust what's happening to Trevor, and I believe YouTube are making money and monetization of Trevor's videos and have been all these months. Well, that's just terrible. Hi, Katie. Note to oneself. That's why I'm trying my hardest to start this one of us, hashtag one of us, so we can promote and direct people to like-minded people who are able to debate and discuss topics without being labelled a racist, etc. Exactly. I know I harp on about it a lot, but we are all being affected by robots. Definitely. I know people don't believe it, but bots are an absolute plague. They are a scourge of the internet. My daughter's been driven crazy for the last 24 hours. She actually WhatsApps me from upstairs and says, put the kettle on, I'm coming downstairs to scream. And the reason is, God knows what social media she's been on, but she's been in an argument with a lot of people defending J.K. Rowling. She's only just discovered the J.K. Rowling thing. And she said there's a lot of women on the internet who are like, stop calling me cis female, and a man with his bits is not a woman, and stuff like that. I said to her, just walk away from it. You are arguing with robots. Only a robot would start an argument about they, their, them, us. It's robots getting inside. They are messing with people.
It started with someone in a warehouse with like 100 mobile phones, all logged into different accounts, and if you pay them money, they'll give you 100 likes or 100 subscriptions, and then they realised they could make money, so they got more and more phones.
We used to have something like that at the Dolphin Safari. We used to pay Facebook £10 a week or something, and they said, we guarantee to increase your followers by so much. And I used to say to you, how can they guarantee
clicks
that you get like 50 new followers?
We got somebody.
And now looking back on it, I'm thinking that's a robot program, isn't it?
But the next step is obviously AI arguing with people.
Stephanie LeBlanc, I agree, Fiona. I'm not quite sure what about, because I haven't been paying attention to the comments for a minute, but thank you. Yes. Royally Blonde, you can't argue with crazy and bots. Yeah, or they're troll farms. Have any of you ever been in an argument, like over politics or whatever on the internet?
It's like arguing with Siri, isn't it?
No matter how many logical arguments you come back at the person, they just doggedly keep repeating the same phrases. That's a troll farm.
So, but you did it to Siri.
Oh my God, yeah, he sat on Siri, right? My daughter had programmed it to call her Diana for a start. I don't know what, she was going through a phase. She left it on the sofa. Graham sat down, and we were having a very colourful discussion with lots of expletives. And I heard this voice say, "That's outrageous language, Diana. Tut, tut, tut." And I said, who the hell was that? And Graham said it came from under my bum. He pulls out this tablet, and it was Siri. Anyway, I sat up for all night arguing with Siri and asking questions, really awkward questions. And in the end, I got a human response. And what was it they said? They said, you need to stop this now and stop asking these questions. A very human answer. And I said, oh my God, you're listening to everything we're saying, aren't you?
I didn't know, but you can say, hey, Google, and the phone lights up.
Oh, don't say that round here. Good God, the TV's already listening to us and a million other devices.
You can even touch the phone. Whoa. When you can ask it a question, it'll go, and it goes, oh, the kids, didn't you know that?
Karma, Sandy South.
Everyone knows that.
Why are YouTube, Lady Jane, why are YouTube policing everyone and everything? I love YouTube. I came on YouTube in the spring for Queen Elizabeth's Jubilee. Well, I don't think it is being policed. I think it's being abused by certain individuals. And you're going to get corruption sometimes, especially where there's money involved.
Police don't walk the streets anymore. They just monitor Facebook.
Someone made a very good point today about Trevor. Now, he did at one point receive a message saying he'd been harassing a protected couple. So I have to assume that's Harry and Meghan, because I can't think who else it could be. If that is the case, why? If Meghan and Harry worked at McDonald's and no one had ever heard of them before, would Trevor have received a message like that from YouTube? Or is it because they're members of the British royal family and they're fabulously rich and they've got mates in Silicon Valley or wherever?
But again, the public property.
And then is that abuse of privilege? Is that abuse of privilege? If that's the case, I would suggest yes. And do the royal family approve of that? Would any other member do that?
What is wrong with talking about members of the royal family? How is that a problem?
Tell that to Camilla. Tell that to
Public office,
Fergie.
isn't it? Public office, you're getting paid millions to be a royal.
And honestly, 2 weeks before Princess Diana died, I remember looking at the newspaper front headlines in the petrol station. You would have thought she was the most hated woman on planet Earth from the headlines. They were savage. And when they said she died, I actually thought, I wonder if I'll be the only person who's upset, because the impression I get is nobody else likes her. So you can imagine when I saw all the flowers coming out. So it's like if Harry, and I can believe it because I think he's a dimwit, that's my opinion, he's dim as a dim light bulb. I think he did believe that he's rich enough and all-powerful enough to lord it all over the rest of us. And if I find out it is him, I'm never going to shut up about it. I'm going to go on and on and on and on and on. You know I can go on.
She can. Oh, believe me, she can.
Put a stop to your bank account. Oh yeah, Facebook has been trying to take money out of our bank account.
What for?
What's
I don't even use Facebook.
€20 they tried to take. Our bank went, no, I don't think so, and they blocked it. And Facebook tried to take €20 out of her Revolut. What's that all about? Is that a Facebook scam? Or
I've actually got a Facebook account, but I very rarely go on it.
Oh, you're the only person in the family, I think, who's got Facebook. None of us have. I've got one out there that exists. God knows how to get into it. I can't even remember what it's called. Foxy Lady, hello. Lilani of Barbados says Sam hasn't much of a case against MM. I sort of agree, unfortunately. I'm not familiar enough with, firstly, Sam's actual details of her case, and secondly, I guess it won't just be state law in Florida. There'll be counties within, and I don't understand how it works cross-county, cross-state in America, because your legal system is quite different. And again, it always comes down to the judge at the end of the day, because I've seen judges make some whacked-out decisions. I thought, what the hell are you thinking? Dr. Shiva did a podcast a few months ago. He depended on his Twitter posts to help him with his campaign. Those posts were being deleted. He then went on to discover that there was a backdoor portal. Really? Royally Blonde. Tom Bradby said, you're a public person. You have to learn how to handle criticism. H&M can't handle anyone being mean to them. Not just being mean to them. Do you know, I was looking up old stories from back in 2018 and 2019, right up until about October 2019. Arse-licking, singing Meghan's praises. And I'm going to do a video reading them out, and shockingly, most of them are in The Sun and the Daily Mail. But that wasn't good enough, was it, Meghan? We weren't adoring our goddess. Thou shalt love Meghan Markle. No less will do, you know. Well, she was always going to be in for a big disappointment on that one, wasn't she? Silly cow.
How's the Archbishop of Los Angeles doing anyway? He's going to do their vows.
Just the three of us.
Vows.
Hi, Fiona Hall. Hello. Better late than never. Lee Foster. Samantha just needs her day in court. It doesn't matter if she wins or not. The discoveries and truths that come out during the case could finish H&M. Oh, yeah, Karma, I am dressed up for Daniel. But I don't suppose he'll grace us with his presence.
Did you tell Trevor about the fella who's ex-Navy SEAL?
Yeah, I sent him the message. I copied it from
Veteran Trevor, get on to it, mate. Just
yeah, absolutely, Katie. You need to take yourself lightly in the public domain. I learned that from my dad, who was an actor, singer, and model. Oh, I didn't know that. Maggie P. The Duchess really does suffer from megalomania. She certainly suffers from something. Not sure I'm qualified to say what. Linda, Daniel, I know. And you've got a cheek. When you're ogling your, what's she called? Holly Dolly, your Spanish teacher.
Super Holly.
Super Holly. Hola.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Graham hasn't learned any more Spanish at all. And you're always on the telly going, well, look at her tits. I like her tits and stuff like that.
I do not.
Like the one time I said, I'll find another YouTuber amusing.
I haven't even
Been sulking all day.
I haven't done any Spanish lessons. For
Lost
months.
Beyond Pluto is another YouTuber. Thank you, Samantha Hadwin. What have I missed? I don't know. We were talking about Megan's maybe being pregnant and having a cubular bump. You know, like in Minecraft. Countess Maggie, how's Graham's Spanish coming along?
Muy bien.
He knows how to say guapa.
I got distracted.
Big cases that go across state lines are filed in federal court since comments were said in a nationwide broadcast. Right. And Glinda, so it sounds to me like when you have criminal procedures in America and civil procedures, and they can be federal. Even civil can be federal. Is that right? I was laughing out loud last night watching Daniel Boland. Yeah, he is really amusing. And actually, Graham likes him too.
Who?
You, Daniel, you find him quite amusing, don't you?
He's funny at times, but you know.
The kids walk through and they go, "Who's this crazy guy on the telly?" Why are you...
He does come out with some funny stuff, I must admit.
Trevor agreed. Lost Beyond Pluto needs a shout out. I'm not sure if I've seen. Is Lost Beyond Pluto the Swedish lady with the blonde hair? I've got so many subscriptions now. And as I've said before, that I don't get notifications for anybody except Trevor, and he's not monetized. It's almost like they're doing it.
I've subscribed to Super Holly, so she'll get loads of notifications now.
Yeah, I wondered why I was seeing Super Holly.
Hit that, smash that bell as well.
And we have a big YouTuber in Gibraltar as well, who's a very attractive young lady who walked past our office, and you always pop out and say hello to her, don't you? What's her name?
She's Russian.
No, she's I think she's Ukrainian or something.
Yeah, no, she said she was Russian.
Is she Russian? Yana.
Anna or Yana.
Yana, I think.
Yana travels in Gibraltar.
Yeah, she goes all over Gibraltar. When she lives right down at next to the dolphin office, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, she did a selfie.
Baby
video
grandma, hello.
In the window of a house, and there's the dolphin boat behind her. And I thought she must live in that block of flats behind her.
Yeah. Kids relevant. She has black hair, lawyer from Australia. Then I don't think I do. Is that Lost Beyond Pluto? No, Lost Beyond Pluto is not blonde. She does an excellent job of covering the dastardly duo. Someone today said she's covering the legalities of, I think it's her. By the way, how is the refugee India?
She's here, India.
Oh God, okay.
Is he watching our live in there?
Oh, he was earlier.
Oh, that's nice.
Just stick your head in here. Just say hello. I want to see you still alive and everything.
She's not actually from the Ukraine.
Yeah. We don't have a basement or anything, you know.
She's you're a Gibraltarian.
Yes.
Otherwise known as a Gibraltarian. Why is Benji not watching my live? Does he want to pay rent?
He says you're boring.
Ooh, he's a cheeky little monkey.
Tell him.
Living in such a vulnerable position.
Thank you for gracing us with your presence, India.
Click the bell to be notified. Use the drop-down box. Yes, I'm subscribed to about 200 YouTubers, so I'd have to go through every single one, unsubscribing, subscribing, and notifying and stuff. But when I do, I have to seek them out. And that's like one day I'll think, oh, I haven't seen that person in ages. Like Lilani, I haven't seen Lilani in ages. Oh, I do get notifications. Daily Empress 4. Daily Empress 4 is a tarot card reader with a wicked sense of humour. She can be quite cutting with her tongue sometimes, but I love all that.
I think a lot depends on
Hi, Ria.
on how many people you actually watch as well. If you actually watch someone's channel, they appear more in your stream, don't they? Whereas if WLTB
is from Dumbarton in Scotland.
Dumbarton.
Hello, fabulous. And says they don't understand, why their town's being associated with being dumb. Well, it's because two dumb people said that, and they don't get much dumber than that. And I looked up, you've got a little castle there, haven't you?
Yeah,
and it's like the photographs on the internet, it's like magical.
It's on a little mound in the river, and then it goes up the valley to
and there's
Loch Lomond.
You go down steps and there's a well at the bottom, and some photographers have got it with the mist coming down the steps. Oh, it's just lovely.
Gorgeous
It's like
Scotland.
something
It's
out of a fairy
freezing
tale.
cold though, isn't it, Trevor?
It wasn't Trevor who said that. It was someone called
No, but
WL.
Trevor's still there.
Oh, right.
They used to turn the heating off to save money.
Yvonne
They're all hard, aren't
Broughton, Mad World Tarot is South Africa. Sky is Australia, and Lost Beyond Pluto is American lawyer and was in the army. Right, thank you. India, I know, she's so shy with her fringe. The Royal Grift is amazing. Deep research on H&M. Yes. And most amusing. In fact, I don't know how she comes up with all of the ideas that she does. I think she does it every single day, doesn't she? But again, I don't get notifications. So I'll have to check that I am actually still subscribed to half these people. I'm only subscribed to 65 channels. Are you, Trevor? I think I just go around and then I forget. Yes, you do support a lot of other channels. You do, Trevor. Bless you.
He's the man.
Especially under the circumstances that you're having so much.
I find though, even the channels I'm subscribed to, unless I'm watching them regularly, they don't show up in the feed.
Baby Grandma, yes. Royally Blonde, yes. I have given her a shout out. And Ibble Dibble's another one. Most amusing. Harry and Meghan should be Earl and Countess of Scunthorpe. Oh, anyone here from Scunthorpe? I know. You'd think they'd at least have gone and visited Dumbarton, wouldn't you? And shown an interest.
They didn't even go and visit Sussex.
They did.
Did they?
Yeah.
When?
Years ago.
Where did they go?
Royal Pavilion, I think.
It's joking. Really?
Seriously, and then they picked
Yeah.
some little hamlet in Sussex. I'm not sure I'd ever heard of.
If you were the Duke of Sussex, you'd go and live in Sussex, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
I
I
would.
think.
I'd get a big mansion in Brighton or something like that and go, yeah, this is where we're based. We can go anywhere in the world.
The
Go
Royal
some
Pavilion's
private jet.
council owned now, isn't it? It's owned by the people of Brighton and Hove.
Yeah. Didn't we speak about it the other day? Someone, Victoria, sold it and she bought something with the money.
Hello from Walnut Creek in California. That sounds nice, Yvonne. Woo! Parody Whitney. Yes, she's the girl who sings. Very talented.
Yeah.
Judith. They popped into Sussex for a couple of seconds. Yeah, I remember that. And I think she wore something beige, didn't she?
How cool is it to have a county named after you? You know, if you're living in the county. Hello, I'm Mr. Sussex. You there? Because there's East and West Sussex. It's massive, Sussex. You know?
I didn't know that. They were clever enough to build the Cutty Sark in Dumbarton and lots of other vessels. I
Right,
never
right.
knew that.
Well, there's a lot of things going on the Clyde, you know. Sure.
Honesty and truth. Yes, ignored. We have thousands of British vets on the streets and their priorities are being ignored. Yes. Yeah.
You're sending all your wages to the Ukraine before you
Joking, Poppy. She met your sister. You'll have to put some pictures of that up on your channel because Poppy's also a Sam R. Incorrect. Pluto spent some time in North America but served in the Australian military and trained as an Australian lawyer. I'm going to look her up now, actually. Lost Beyond Pluto. Let's make sure I'm subscribed to her and then I'll know. You read out some comments while I'm doing this.
Linda Cleveland, Trevor Coles, haven't heard you sing for a long time.
That could be what got him demonetised in the first place. Only joking, Trevor. You know I'm only joking.
I thought he was quite good.
I hope
He could go on a karaoke. He'd be all right.
I am subscribed to her. Oh, she's doing really well. She's got 70,000. Well done. And only 240 videos.
Wow.
Oh, yes, I'll definitely have to catch up on her. Oh, yes, she does a lot on Megan. And Depp. Ah, right.
And who?
Johnny Depp. You know,
Oh, right.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Free Speech 1 June. Hi. Just having my first coffee in Sydney. I've lost you. All comments made. I can't sing. If I get copyright strike, I'm fucked. Do it, Trevor. Do it. Split with Sam Roffey. Yes, I like Split as well. In his parodies. Bookworm too, she's another one. She does, I think Bookworm has got some pretty good contacts because she does these videos and the stuff she says tends to come true like a month or two later, if you can remember it all. Help British vets and stop the nonsense with the overseas ones. Yeah.
Fought and Dumbarton used to fight the
Hi,
Vikings.
Jack's mama. I had to start reporting Trevor. I thought he had cats in heat.
Oh, that's a bit of a dig.
Oh, meow. That's karma for you. Positive thinker. The fort on Dumbarton Rock was used to fight Vikings and stop them invading via the Clyde. Didn't know that either. Spangles, Spangles. Hello.
Flower Garden. Trevor, sing My Way. There you go, Trevor. You're getting requests that
Oh,
way.
yeah. I did it my way. I'll write my own songs. Yes,
I
do
can
it.
see a video of that as well. I can see that. Yeah, it's coming. That would be really funny, actually.
Well, diamonds are a girl's best friend or something like that. That would be quite amusing for a dude
Or you
to
could
see.
edit a video together.
Miss
with you singing in the
VJJ,
background.
YouTuber with the best inside info is Celt Views. Yes, Celt is another one. Celt, Bookworm, Murky. They are well, I don't know how they do it. Again, they must have people who contact them. Oh, thank you. The pearls. Yes, well,
They're the white ones, aren't they?
thought I'd make an effort as it's Valentine's Day. Well, I just think Valentine's is it's just commercial.
Just another
isn't it?
scam, isn't it?
I think
You need to
everybody
spend money.
should just buy chocolates and stuff for themselves on the night and do what
She
they
hates
like.
chocolates.
I do.
I can't buy
I
a
don't like
chocolate.
chocolate. Never eat
If
it.
I buy her a box of chocolates, I have to eat them, or the kids get them first. You don't like chocolate, do you?
No, well, I bought 3 bags of chocolate money yesterday. I put them in the fruit bowl with the Satsuma things,
Fruits.
and they've all gone. Have you noticed that?
Nice.
They were there less than a day. Taz, according to Taz, yes. Well, Taz, Wally, and Murky were always the ultimate, the first, and Ashley, and Daily Empress 4. Oh, and I used to watch one called Busy Bee. Is he still around? He used to read out news items and then people's comments. Quite kind of bitchy, and again, a very cutting tongue. Anyone heard of Busy Bee, or is he still around? Nothing sexier than a pearl necklace, Newmarket. Really? Nothing? Thank you. Busy Bee has been quiet, has he, Glinda? Jackie Stewart, racing driver, is native of Dumbarton. I didn't know
I
that.
didn't know that.
God, Dumbarton's like,
It's cool. But Megan doesn't like it because it's got dumb in the beginning of it.
well, all those things. Cutty Sark, Jackie Stewart, Meghan Markle. Oh.
Well, it's as ancient
Well,
as the
I
rest of
suppose-
Scotland, isn't it?
Dumbarton, you've got to carry your weight as well. Us in Sussex have been carrying an awful lot with those two, unfortunately.
And Sussex has got sex in it.
Duchess
hasn't
of Mearns. Oh yeah, Busy Bee. I used to love Busy Bee. You remember he was what does Megan hate? What she is, yeah. Oh, has Busy Bee been ill? Oh, I didn't know that. I'll have to look him up. I'm still waiting to hear about housing a Brit veteran. Oh right, I'd see that's a conversation between you and Trevor. Yeah, well, what Megan wants, Megan gets, doesn't she? Lisa Sums, I love Kelt, Murky, Mole, Sue Me, and your comments just flung away somewhere. How did that go? Oh, bloody hell. I can't find it. Happy Valentine's from Palm Springs. Trevor's heard of Busy Bee. Right.
Palm Springs. Is
I
it nice
can't-
and warm in Palm Springs?
Oh, did you just delete that message? Was it Lisa Sons I was reading out? Maybe that's why it suddenly disappeared. I've not heard of a pearl necklace for decades. Tracy's Yorkshire Birds. Dame Anna, Murky has been very quiet lately too. Is she okay? I've no idea. I've never been in touch with Murky. I hope she's all right, but she does tend to disappear once in a while, doesn't she? Trevor says honesty and truth. Is that someone? Oh, right, I see. Is that a private conversation?
Are we talking to honesty and truth?
Absolutely. My poor innocent eyes, Ria. I know. Peter Egan, bookworm is a Charles hater and slants everything. She rants about him, criticises people using unknown sources, then bases her whole videos on the words of an unknown source. I don't know, Peter. Yeah, I know she's not keen on Charles because she's a very strong Princess Diana fan, which I am also. But I mean, that's the thing with members of the royal family. We've all got our favourites and least favourites. I like them all, almost, except for maybe one or two, if you know what I mean. But a lot of her stuff does tend to come true. But yeah, I know what you mean. Everybody's got a different take on the royal family, but I think the royals themselves, they take it with a pinch of salt. So I'm really looking forward to not only the BAFTAs, but the actual coronation and the crowns and stuff. I can't wait to see what Camilla's going to wear. I know the King and the Prince of Wales are important too, you know, the boys, but who cares about that? The girls, what's Camilla going to wear? What's Catherine going to wear? That's what I'm interested in. Well, I know Camilla's going to wear Queen Mary's crown, but what's she going to wear? I think something blue, cornflower blue or midnight blue seems to suit her really well. And lots of sapphires and stuff. I want to see the crown jewels out. I want to see the UK put on a show, don't you guys?
We can't see it, is there?
Exactly. The crown jewels belong to the crown. Get them on the royal family. Let's see it all out, all singing. And I don't care if Meghan and Harry turn up or not. They can sit in the back row behind several hundred massive
Do you
candles.
remember last time we went to the Tower of London, the Jewel House? It's all on the ground floor in Wellington Barracks. And I remember donkeys years ago going there, and there was like all these stairs we had to go down. And right at the bottom of the stairs, there was two like huge safe doors that you could walk through, and there was none of that.
I think you're just remembering it.
No,
honestly, like
they must put all the jewels upstairs in a room, and I think as you walk through, you think they don't look that impressive. I reckon they're all fakes.
What I did think, me and Faith thought, looking at the jewels,
some of them really sparkle.
Yeah, a lot of them didn't sparkle, and we were looking at each other thinking, are these fakes just for security and they've got the real ones tucked away? Or are these the real? Because the reason I say that, I lived in Lewes, and the church across the road, St Michael's, I used to just go and visit there and like hang out because I had nowhere else to go. And they had the crown jewels in there. Well, they weren't the crown jewels, they were replicas. And the vicar that was there, he let me touch them and stuff. And I mean, they looked so realistic. And he said they're on tour, but he said they're still very expensive. And there were no guards. He was one of these vicars who said, this is the house of God, it's open to everybody. It was incredible. So when I saw them at the Tower of London, I thought, and he did say there were about 5 sets of fakes.
Right.
I thought, I wonder.
Well, I'm telling you, we went down the stairs, down a couple of flights of stairs, 2 big safe doors, and I'm talking big stainless steel safe doors that open, and they must have been that thick. And inside there was the circular display, and as you're walking around, you can't stop to look at something. There's guards there. Keep moving, keep moving. But then you go behind the rail, because there's a rail that goes all the way around. It's a bit further away from the case. You can stand and stare there, but you can't see them. It's like you can close up, but they didn't want anyone. So they must have been real. But
when we went
I'm not
in,
sure.
When we went in, we went down into a basement.
When was it? 2018?
2018. And there were safe doors.
So
you might not know some. They were open. I mean, they were really thick. Really
it was the 1980s. I was there. We went downstairs into the vault.
I seem to remember going up a turret, and again you walked around and kept moving. But the ones that did look very, very sparkly, oddly enough, were Queen Mary's.
Yeah.
Queen Mary's were just that little bit different.
They must have had to leave some real ones there, mustn't they?
Well, I wonder if
some really sparkled and others just didn't sparkle.
I wonder if Queen Mary's were something like tourmaline, which is got lots of refraction colours in it. Because diamond is flat, diamond is grey, white. It doesn't have colour in it. So maybe Queen Mary's gemstones look like diamonds, but they're not. They're one of the other stones, such as tourmaline or what's that other one? Is it tourmaline they find at the foot of Kilimanjaro? I can't remember. There's quite a lot of. You can get
Do look like a
topaz. You can get white topaz. You can get white sapphire, and they can often look a lot brighter, sparklier, and more colourful than actual diamonds. So I wondered if Queen
They're
Mary.
just stones, aren't they? Just rocks.
Wash your mouth out with soap. How dare you?
Used to pick them up off the beach. There's a shiny one. We'll put that in. Pop that in the crown.
Nonsense.
Give it a bit of a polish.
Do you see many of them on Brighton Beach?
No.
Right, missing out on the comments. So what's the story on M? Kids Relevant says she hasn't said she's pregnant yet, and neither are
We haven't heard anything.
Neither are either of her kneecaps. Isabella K. Peter Egan. She has good sources, in my opinion. We can agree to disagree. We all prefer different. Yeah. But I do like Bookworm. Lynn, I think she's called, isn't she? Just try not to read out any private conversations between you guys because they won't make any sense to. Oh yeah, I have lost an earring. I'll just actually go and get some more orange juice. Excuse me.
You said you'd.
I take it off because I lay down to watch TV. We can see our own TV in the background.
Yeah.
Get a copyright strike for ourselves.
There's a slight delay between us and her. She's just getting up and walking away now. You can see it on the telly there.
I've got some more orange juice.
Oh, have you? I was just about to.
Yeah, I've always lost an earring somewhere.
Never mind, darling. Give me a good excuse to buy you more.
You don't buy me any. Yeah, I'm looking for my earring.
Well, I'll look for it for you.
No. I found it. There you go, that was quick. Right, that's better. Hi, Goldie. M's wedding tiara was fake. Many jewellers confirmed this. Was it? I wondered if the Queen Mary's bandeau had a lot of marquisite in it because it looked to me like it might be. Hello, Thora. Hi, Daisy. Reminder about what? Have I forgotten something? Lisa Sums. Our local government prevented me from feeding the homeless vets on the street. I'm joking, did they? That's a bit mean, isn't it? We can agree to disagree without putting labels on each other. I love a good debate. Yes, I do too. Paula E. Martin. It was widely reported it was fake. Plus the RR she was on was the one used to take Wallace Spain to the funeral. Oh, really? Their wedding day was the day Anne Boleyn was executed. Yes, it was. Graham remarked on that, actually, as soon as they announced the date, didn't you?
19th of May.
My dad died on the 19th of May as well.
Amazing coincidence, isn't it? But
so did Elizabeth Montgomery, I believe.
No, same year as your dad.
Yeah, I think they actually died on the same day. I think it was, yeah.
Samantha the Witch.
Yep, my dad loved Elizabeth Montgomery.
I did. Old enough to be my mother.
I think it was. I'm pretty sure my dad. I've got to know now.
Got to know. She's going to Google it, look.
Oh, she died on the 18th, the day before my dad.
All right.
Oh, poor old Elizabeth. I loved Elizabeth Montgomery.
Well, it's a kiss of death, isn't it? Getting married on the day that Anne Boleyn got executed. I mean, that's a bit.
Night Owl 2, very good point. Don't understand why people keep saying inviting the Markles for the coronation. The coronation is a state event, not a family event. Absolutely. It's a state event for the nation and the Commonwealth. It's not a family knees up, is it at all? David Murphy, I read that Queen Mary had a lot of jewels updated because the older ones didn't sparkle much due to the old cut. Ah, right. I wonder they didn't have the technology for intricate cuts. I think she also bought a lot of Romanoff gems as well. And she had things recycled and recut and jewellers inventing other things. She was very interested in it. In fact, she's quite an interesting woman. She's one of my favourite royals, Queen Mary. Hi, Maggie P. So is Graham taking you out tonight? No. And before you ask, no, he didn't buy any flowers or presents. No.
I'd have to take it up in the helicopter.
He did squeeze his own tea bag out and put it in the bin rather than leaving it festering in the sink today for me to squeeze out and then put in the bin. Malika, older diamonds generally don't have a cut which draws out the sparkle. Yeah, I mean, Queen Mary's, they were remarkably, it was noticeably different. Even Graham, who's like, oh, there's a load of old rocks. Even you noticed that some of them really sparkled. Oh, and Queen Victoria's little crown was tiny, wasn't it? It was just tiny, weeny, teeny weeny
I was
little
quite impressed
crown.
with the punch bowl, and like the gold punch bowl and the
Ah.
gold ladle. That was pretty cool.
I think that will be gold plated, all of that. I don't know if it's solid gold. Anybody know out there? If the ladle and the big gold.
It was in the towel in the jewel house.
What do they use the punch bowl for?
Punch.
No.
Serving drinks.
No, I don't think so. But it's huge. I think it must be plated because gold is actually quite a soft metal. And the other thing is, I read something today about Queen Mary's crown. It said that like Mary had it, the crown, and then the things with a velvet cushion underneath for the coronation. But the things, the arches, you can take them off, and the velvet cushion. So she took them off, and then when George V died, she just wore the crown, which I think looks a lot nicer without the velvet cushion. And I hope Camilla wears it like that. I think that would look very nice.
The King's crown is different to the Queen's crown.
They can wear any crown they want.
No.
Yes, they can.
But look, I'm telling you, because now there's a king, all the royal, all the army and the Royal Air Force and all the forces will have to change the cap badge because they've got a different crown for the Queen than they have for the King. The King's crown is different. Seriously. Ask Trevor, he'll tell you.
Lindmar, yeah, I'm right there with you.
What?
But they can choose any crown they like. But I'm hoping that because Camilla's got quite large hair and she's blonde, that she won't have a cushion thing. Just the
the King's
circlet,
crown goes
I think
like
she'd
that,
look amazing.
and the Queen's crown goes like that on the top.
It's got
the
something
cap badge.
like 2,200 diamonds on it, but it did also say it was silver plated. And that makes sense to me because silver is phenomenally soft.
I don't know.
Really, really, really soft. I mean, from an engineering point of view, I think.
Do I look like I'm a connoisseur of crowns?
Well, I don't know. A minute there, you were going, I know what the
I'm
King's
just
going
telling
to
you the
wear.
difference between, because they all have to change the cap badges when the Queen
but
got on the throne.
He can wear what he likes. He's the king, isn't he?
He's not going to wear the
He
Queen's
might want to wear
crown, is
one
he?
from Burger King.
He's not going to wear the Queen's crown, is he? He's going to have the King's crown.
If he wanted to, he could.
But he won't.
He could go down the aisle in stockings and suspenders. It's up to him. I mean, he won't. He's going to wear military uniform. Apparently, he's not going to dress up in.
Can you imagine if they had a gay king?
I think that'd be amazing.
And a trans queen.
No, that'd be amazing, don't you think, guys? For a monarch, that would be representative of our society. That would be fabulous. I would love that.
Trans king.
But he can't pretend.
I'm queen.
He can't pretend to be gay, can he? Stop it.
No, I'm not talking about Charles, obviously.
Really, sometimes.
Mine was going ahead of me then.
Your mind?
I'm going to pour some more orange juice.
Elaine Walsh, if goes to the coronation, does she wear a tiara like Catherine? No, I don't think so, unless she buys her own. Oh, which she could do, couldn't she? But more to the point, will they put a massive 4-foot wide candle in front of her? Daisy Sunshine. And I don't really enjoy chocolate. No, me neither. I will now be avoiding certain topics as I move forward. Yeah, it's awful, isn't it, Trevor, having to have your speech restricted? Mind you, I suppose you can't win. Michelle Pope, if it's true, if their costumes need to have King's emblem. Yeah, I would imagine they will. I doubt they'll invite the Markles, Lady Jane. I doubt it.
I think they'll have to have an invite. Whether they come or not is a different thing, isn't it?
Yeah, I think they're...
I mean, unless they're officially banished, they should get an invite.
Edward VII was gay. Was he, Karma? I think there are a lot of others, but I mean, they just don't say, do they? They don't come out and say. I suppose I could understand in the olden
Edward
days,
VII?
but these days, and there is
Sure.
there is a member of the royal family who's had a same-sex marriage, because I'm sure I distinctly remember the Queen attended the wedding, and it was the first same-sex marriage in the royal family. Does anybody know who that was? Princess Penelope. Did I actually make it to the live? Hello, Princess. Yes, you did. From the USA. Linda Cleveland, hello. Duke of Norfolk is in charge of the coronation. Yes, he is. He makes the invite list. Right. The Sussex title was used due to a refusal to agree to a marriage. The Queen would have known this. Isabella Kay, Trevor Cool, you should have the right to talk about topics you want to, like so many channels. Yes, it is unfair. Helen Lewis, I saw on a previous channel that it was Kris Kardashian. MM met her at the renewal vows of Ellen DeGeneres. Yes, it was Kris. She's not called Kardashian, is she? I think she's called Jenner, the mum. She did apparently she's got her own church or something. She did the renewal vows. Honesty and truth. They will put her behind a pillar at the Abbey and she can't wear a tiara. Well, they did that at the Albert Hall once. I remember at one of the remembrance sort of concerts they have just before Remembrance Sunday, they put her kind of behind a pillar. Do you remember at the back?
We had the candlestick.
No, it was a pillar, but the candlestick was at the Queen's funeral. Or was it? Yeah, the Queen's funeral. A huge candle right in the way. From BBC camera.
I don't think they did that with the directors. They must have just
I
moved
think
the
they
camera
did.
to the side.
I think they did. I think the royals, one of the royals lined it up, probably Sophie or Edward, and said, that's the chair we're going to put Meghan in. Oh, that was quite funny. Her hat sticking out either side. For your information, baby grandma, all who care, the body language guy is going live in 28 minutes. Very good. I think it was a cousin of the Queen that had the same. Yes, it was, but I just can't remember who. HM's cousin Ivor Mountbatten married James Coyle. Thank you very much, Sus and Will. Thank you. Yes, I knew that, and it was in a church, wasn't it? It was a Church of England wedding.
A Mountbatten, are you sure?
Yeah. And Punic says Lord Ivor Alexander Mountbatten is Queen Elizabeth's cousin. Now that's interesting. If there's a same-sex marriage, does the person who has the title give their title to the person who has not? And how does that work? Because ordinarily, if you would have a lord marry a girl, she'd become a lady. So if you have Lord Ivor, Alexander Michael Mountbatten, would his husband get a title? That's my question.
He'd be Lady Mountbatten, yeah.
Oh, shut up, you homophobic
I'm
idiot.
not homophobic at all. It just makes me laugh sometimes.
Because it's not your thing, it's not your bag, yeah?
I'm not allowed to comment. But it's a very good point. I mean, what would they call the partner?
Yeah.
If you're Lord so-and-so and you marry your... What do they call him? What do they call him?
Sir?
I don't know.
Maybe they would become a sir?
I guess...
Don't encourage him, Jack's mama. Please.
I guess they need to set a precedent, don't they? Because it hasn't happened before, has it? We haven't been allowed to marry boys before. Usually marry girls.
Lord and Lord, like Mr. and Mr.
But
oh, would it, Flower
if it was
Garden?
Lord and Lord, then you wouldn't know who his lordship was, would you? The real lordship.
I don't know. Graham, you need to attend a few gay parties.
I've got a friend who's gay. That doesn't
You
bother
have
me at all.
more than one friend who's gay, Graham.
Doesn't bother me. I'm not a homophobe.
He's from a small town up north. Do apologise, everybody. I see you later, Katie. Katie is off. Graham, don't worry, you're safe. Thank you, Karma. Caveman alert. Could be coronets. Could be. It's easy, Fiona. You marry someone who's connected to someone else who's taken the title from an individual who gave a large donation to charity connected to a royal who can apply peer pressure. Linda Cleveland, you have a friend, Graham. Oh, you just got a dozen red roses. Oh, nice one, Jodie. I didn't.
Red roses. What's you want them for?
I've got roses. I've got loads of little rose bushes. We have
Just got them in growing in the garden.
Yeah. Honesty and truth. Yes, she could buy her own tiara. But she'll most likely, if she goes to the coronation, she'll turn up in a trench coat with or without the arms
Sleeves
cut
ripped
off. Yeah, she used to do that a lot, didn't she? When the trench coat with the sleeves cut off.
Oh, massive collars.
I hate
like
the
a
way the
paratrooper.
bonkers duo mix and match our two governments to whatever suits their narrative. Can't they be banished to Elba already? Oh, I'd love to go to Elba. I looked into it. They do have Airbnbs on it, but it's really expensive to get there. Well, it is for us from here.
Napoleon got there for free, didn't he? Didn't charge him for his.
Well, I wanted to go and see where the Emperor Napoleon would sit and drink and eat.
Well, if we ever get a
I'm
yacht,
into the
we can
Count
go
of
there,
Monte
can't we?
Cristo.
We can wait to see when the wind's blowing the right way.
Yeah, I think it's one of those places would be better. It would be
You
cheap
need
for us
a
to
yacht.
buy a cheap yacht and sail down
Or
there.
charter one or something like that.
Oh, thank you, Daisy. Daisy Googled it. James Cook didn't receive a title. Right. Well, that's mean and sexist and unfair. I think the fellas and the ladies, when they have same-sex marriage, I think if they're royals or aristocracy, they should get a
I
title.
thought he discovered Australia.
Who?
James Cook.
No, he got married to a Mountbatten.
Oh, he died years ago.
Shut
He
up.
got run through in Hawaii.
Could the announcement today from the duo is that H bought her a tiara? I mean, that's what I'd have done. If I'd been her, I would have just bought my own tiara or had hair clips. Why?
You'd have made your own out of wire.
Well, I mean, if you're rich, then I'm just going to pin that one. Rhea Snake Spears put a link to the Discord. There's a group on Discord if anybody wants to join in and chat. Once we're offline, when we finish the live, then you can all carry on debating and chatting amongst yourselves. She has no right to wear a tiara. Nothing looks good on her, no matter what she wears, in my personal opinion of having done modelling myself. Isabella K. How lovely, what a romantic hubby you have. Yes, Jodie, that is lovely. I just walked in on the same chamber. I think I've not got the contest of that. Oops, got disconnected, my fault, back, Maggie. Lord Ivor Mountbatten, ex-wife, may have kept the lady title. Ah, yes. But you'd think that they would have thought of that and created a title for the new husband, wouldn't you? Or wife, depending on which sex it is. My dad inherited the title Baron from his ancestors. My mother became a Baroness on marrying my dad. Really, Michelle Pope? Fantastic. Sharon Redmond put a cardboard box on her head or paper bag. Don't know if any of you guys saw the Wall-E video where she put a paper bag on her head. She is still on Patreon, by the way, guys. Countess Maggie, Gay King. Hi, Tansy Smith. Just joined, thank you. Michelle Pope. We can all use the title of Baroness, but it was only my brother, male heir, that can forward it onto his wife and children. Really? That is cool. Very, very cool. Megan should be jealous. Megan. So where else has Megsy been up to? Let me just double check she hasn't announced she's pregnant with triplets while we've all been chatting. Slipped an announcement in there.
Megan News, finger on the pulse.
Yeah. I'm going to read some of the
Yes,
comments.
yes.
Oh, I saw the trailer for Jeremy Clarkson's farm thing. That looked quite amusing.
Clarkson is quite amusing in a very childish sort of way, though. He tries to be shocking, and sometimes he puts his foot in it, doesn't he? But most of the time, he's quite funny. I like Jeremy Clarkson.
No, the only thing is that's on here is Prince Harry and Meghan Markle undecided on whether to attend King's coronation. Well, who cares if they attend or not? Honestly, that's the Mirror.
Tell us about the Stone of Scone for the ceremony.
Oh, yeah.
It's held in, as far as I know, it's held in Scotland now. It's in Edinburgh Castle, and on the understanding that they bring it back to Westminster Abbey, put it under the seat when the King's crowned, and then after it'll go back to Edinburgh. I think that's the arrangement that they've got, because Edward I stole it from Scotland, took it back, and had the chair built. So I mean, that chair's really, really old, seriously old. And it was underneath, because the Scottish kings were crowned, sitting on it. So every single king of England and queen was crowned on the Stone of Scone under the seat.
They all have been since James the First.
That's got to go back to 12. No.
Oh, is it before James the First?
You know the guy who killed Mel Gibson. He was. It was 1200s, and he built all those castles in Wales.
Right.
So 1200 and something. Oh, I can't remember the date, but yeah.
Did you know that Wales has got more castles than anywhere else?
Yeah, it was the English's fault because they were trying to keep them down, you see.
Right.
Most of them were built by the
I
English.
wonder if any of them do an Airbnb or something, or on booking.com. I'd love to stay in a castle. I don't care. I'd love to stay in a castle.
Yeah,
just because it's a castle, I'd definitely pack a tiara and ghosts and stuff. That would be fantastic.
Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh, there was a guy that was up in court. This is totally random, nothing to do with anything, but I just came across this news item. This guy was, I think he was given 250 hours community service because he kept going up. I've got to get the sentence out.
The graveyard.
It's not funny. It's not funny.
You get lovers, like they jump over the wall into the graveyard.
It wasn't. It was grieving. No, it wasn't. It was grieving fucking relatives. There was a couple who were visiting a grave, and this man liked to just creep up behind people in the graveyard. But I mean, they're grieving.
The sheep going woo.
He didn't have a sheep. He'd just go woo. It's kind of the way they read it out in court.
You got nicked for impersonating a ghost.
Oh my God, it was his third offence, and the judge said, "You're going down this time."
Habitual offender. You evil person. You.
I just remembered that when you making
disrespecting the dead. That's everything's an offence, isn't it? Someone takes offence at everything.
If you are at a grave of a loved one and some twat does that, then
what it is, in the dark, the lovers go in there for a snog, don't they? He was creeping up on him. He wasn't. In the dark going,
I read the story to you. It was nothing to do with lovers. It was people visiting. You know.
All right.
Look, they're all talking amongst each other and ignoring.
They're ignoring me now.
They're ignoring us.
We'll
Let's
come back
get
when
accepted by the Bruce Society. What's the Bruce Society? I hope the King assigns Major Johnny to watch over the dastardly duo. Yes, Longshanks was the brutal king, Sandy Parrott, and Robert the Bruce was the one who ultimately betrayed William Wallace. Yes.
In the film, Sandra, yeah, but there was quite a few Robert the Bruces, different ones. Wasn't just one.
Yeah.
I don't know which one that was.
Lee Mackey, just think of H&M lost their Duke and Duchess titles and becomes Princess Henry. Yeah, we've all thought of that before, but I think that they should just, unfortunately, I'm from Sussex, just let them, they're kind of, it's synonymous with them now, isn't it? Unfortunately. Nothing we can do. I reckon just leave them to it.
Didn't you reckon Charlie had cut them off completely financially?
It wasn't me who said
Who
that.
said that?
There was somebody who said that they confirmed they'd been completely cut off financially.
If that's true, they can't complain and go and run into Netflix, can they? Because otherwise he's not going to be able to afford his fancy private jet, is he?
Rhea Snakespeare, I want someone to dress up as the Grim Reaper at my funeral. We were watching Monty Python, The Meaning of Life, the other night. You know, the dinner party where Death turned up and she said, "Oh, how embarrassing, it must have been the salmon."
Salmon mousse.
Christine
I didn't have
Wren,
any.
I hope Lilani feels better. That's right, Lord Karma. Lord Karma is a descendant of Robert the Bruce.
Is it? Which one?
Well, one of them, that's where he got the Lord ding dong from. He did a
Was
load
it?
of genealogy. And didn't you buy something as well?
I thought he got it from Sealand.
The Prince title can be removed. It has been removed before. Peter Egan, yes. I think Lady C explained there had been an example of that, hadn't there? Yes, camera, director Johnny and blank. And Johnny will be there with an armful of candles. She could be like in bars, loads of candles.
Your seat's behind the screen, Mum.
Freeze Beach 1, there's a William Wallace pub in Sydney where Mel Gibson learned about Wallace and went on to make the movie. Really?
Yeah, he's Australian, Mel Gibson. I don't think
I know he
he's
is.
American, but he's not. He's an Aussie. I remember Mad Max,
Yes.
Broken Hill.
The monarch can take the prince title. It appears he won't. He won't. He won't, because a lot of people would say that's petty. He'll just leave them as they are. She's not happy with it. She doesn't like it. In fact, I think she's been trying to wind him up for years to get them to take the dukedom off so she can say, "Oh, I'm Princess Megan." That's what she would do. So no, I think in a way it's just best left as it is. Yeah, I wonder what Catherine's going to wear to the BAFTAs. I think it's on Sunday. She's going to recycle an outfit. I'm voting a gold dress. What about you guys?
Yeah, she didn't look bad in that, did she?
I really like that. I like that white one she wore recently as well. But that looked really good because she had the sash and the tiara and all the badges and stuff. She looked like a Romanov.
Well,
she looked like the Tsarina of
a
Russia.
Proper princess, isn't she? Real
She's
princess.
lovely, yeah. Love Catherine.
Not a duchess.
Oh, bye, KK. Jan X, Mad Max, yes. So if baby grandma, so if they divorced, she's still Duchess of Sussex. But if they lose that title and he's just a prince and she's a Princess Henry, then if they divorce, she's still a Princess Henry. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. If they divorced and she was the Duchess, she'd become Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. I know that much.
Well, Lady Colin Campbell's a lady, isn't she still?
Ah, right. I
that
will
the same?
explain this. No. I've been watching Lady Colin Campbell from the beginning, and she explained that the Lady Colin Campbell is from her husband, who she's divorced from, and that she had actually asked the press to stop calling her Lady Colin Campbell. And she even produced evidence and documents and put them up on the screen to show that she had said, "I'm divorced, can you please refer to me?" I think her name's Georgina, but I can't remember what her surname is. And they just continued and continued and continued. And then over the years, she just accepted it and said, "Okay, they're going to call me Lady Colin Campbell. They call me Lady Colin Campbell." And she went with it. But I distinctly remember her explaining
Could
all
she
of
have
that.
kept it if she wanted it? Was she legally
Yeah.
entitled to do that?
Yeah, she would be Colin. Well, no, her husband was never the Duke of Argyll, I don't think. His brother, his father first, and then his older brother was the Duke of Argyll. Colin Campbell would have been, I suppose, Lord Colin Campbell.
So she'd be a lady anyway then. Yeah.
But obviously she takes his name because that's how it works. Like if Meghan
So Meghan and Harry got a divorce.
If Meghan, they took away the ducal thing, Meghan would be Princess Henry.
Well, she's the Grand Duchess
Wales.
as it is now, isn't she?
The Grand Duchess of Earth, the planet, and stars.
Oh, look, it's the Grand Duchess.
Must be worshipped at all
She didn't
costs
go,
across the
no,
universe.
it's just Duchess. No.
She's just waiting for Darth Vader to
Yes,
come
it's
along
me, I'm
and
here.
threaten everybody into worshipping her. Karen Mayrick. Duchess keep their titles in the event of a divorce. They have to alter their first name in front to distinguish them from subsequent wives. Right, that's why they do it. Like Sarah, Duchess of York, Diana, Princess of Wales, I suppose. Lady Jane, honestly, Prince Harry ever read his own history and his great uncles? No, I don't think he knows who any of them are. Not at all. Spangles, yes, I remember her saying that. David Murphy, yes, Fiona, I remember. Right, so we were all there. That was years ago, wasn't it? When she had, what was the guy's name? The prince that was, he was staying with her, and then lockdown happened.
Oh yeah.
I can't think. Leo, was it Leo? Prince Leo?
Leo's something Leo, wasn't it?
I think so. She will be called the king's daughter-in-law.
Wasn't he from Croatia or something there?
I've actually been looking into European royalty, and I couldn't be certain of it, but I think he's something to do with the Hungarian, or could be Bavarian. I'm really interested in the European monarchies round about the First World War, Second World War. It's really interesting. They all sort of met their downfall through that. And I sort of came across Prince Leo, and I thought, that's who he was related to. It's all quite complicated. Can't have two Duchess of Sussex at the same time. No, but I have a feeling Elizabeth Taylor is here tonight. I thought it was Megan of Sussex. Megan of Sussex. Yes, I've forgotten what I was going to say. I have a feeling.
You're talking about monarchies, First World War, European monarchies.
No, I've moved on from that one.
Yeah.
I'll have to come back to me in a minute. Paul McCartney is a lord, and Heather was a lady. Paul McCartney was knighted. He's Sir Paul McCartney.
Like
and
Trevor.
Heather was lady, like Linda was Lady McCartney originally, and then I don't know.
Is Paul McCartney a lord?
No, he's a Sir. I'm pretty sure he's a Sir Paul McCartney.
Yeah, all the Beatles got a nice one, didn't they? I'm sure they got a.
Honesty and truth, stop. There cannot be anyone known as Princess Meghan. It's not technically right. It's nonsense. Exactly, which is why she'll do it. You know she will. And she'll love it. She doesn't, in case you hadn't noticed, she doesn't have a lot of respect for tradition or the way things are done. And the more it annoys people like us, the better. She'll call herself the Queen of America if she likes. I mean, everybody might look at her like she's completely insane, but it won't stop her doing it.
I can't see the Americans wanting any royalty, can you?
No, I think they might have expressed their views on that a little while back.
I think they object.
Yes.
You went to great lengths to get
Caroline Allen, hi everyone, just popped on. Hello. Yes, the pearls are out. Yes, Camilla and the Queen Mary's crown. I was saying, but I hope she doesn't have the velvet bit on the top or the arches, just the diamond bit. I think she'll look amazing in that. And a great big long blue velvety coat.
Taste, Camilla.
Yeah, I loved Camilla's wedding outfit. The coat.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping for the coronation she's going to have some kind of a coat made to the floor. Maybe just the front open with a bit of a silver dress underneath, but purple's very regal, isn't it? Royal blue. I think that was really nice on her.
Huge Diana fan, but I hated her wedding dress. It was awful.
It was really puffy, wasn't it? And it was the sign of the times, and then everybody wore the same thing, didn't they? Royally blonde. Where's Harry's respect for his family history? Meghan is losing fans, and most of us only refer to her as Meghan. Well, Meghan Markle, that's really stuck for me. Lynn Marr, unfortunately, same with Catherine, still referred to as Kate Middleton years after service. I hope it changes now. She's the Princess of Wales. It will. Yes, it's funny, isn't it? Because Diana didn't stay Diana Spencer, did she? Or Lady Di. Nobody referred to her as that way.
Wales,
yeah, it was
straight away.
It was Princess Diana.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Just Princess Diana, straight off the bat. Michelle Pope, my dad painted. Prince Philip and Princess Astrid from Belgium. He is King Felipe. Yes, Camilla's wedding coat was gorgeous. The colour, it was the gold and the silver together. And I was actually quite nervous for her myself on the day, even being a Princess Diana fan. I thought, whoa, hope this is going to go well for her. She must be feeling really self-conscious. So I do. I really, really, really hope she has, whoever it was who designed that wedding coat was a bloody genius. And I'd like to see her with a big diamond brooch on midnight blue. Maybe would look nice.
Sandra says, are they required to wear white at the coronation?
Oh.
I don't know. Are they?
Well, I mean, they're the king and queen. They can wear what they like. He could go down naked, couldn't he? And they could all go. Oh, some little boy, the emperor's not wearing any
Emperor's
clothes.
clothes. No, I don't think they'll do that. Not even Charles will do that.
What is the latest on Yankee Wally? I haven't heard anything from Wally lately, other than a message via somebody else to say that she's not on the internet at the moment. She's waiting for a router to be fitted on the 16th. That's in 2 days. She has apparently been transmitting from a bus, because the buses in the UK have Wi-Fi. She's uploaded some stuff. I've resolved my Patreon problems now. So now I can go and subscribe, but I'm still not quite sure which of the two, because she's got to...
Just subscribe to both of them.
Well, one looks like it's $35 a month and the other is £2.
Do the £2 one first and then see what happens.
So I don't know. But she did say she's got crappy Wi-Fi. She sent me a message via somebody else. And that, so yes, and as soon as I know exactly which Patreon it is, I'll put the link in every single video that I've got so that you know where to find her. But I did see a clip of her on Patreon on Daily Empress 4's channel of Wally with a paper bag over her head. It was absolutely bloody hilarious. So go and have a look at Daily Empress. And Daily Empress also gives tutorials on how to use Patreon and find her and stuff.
Samantha Hadwinton, part of the service, the Duke's another part of the
Liegemen.
Liegemen, yeah. It's like loads of little kings, isn't it? They've all got a crown on.
But apparently,
robes and
they're not going to do that. Only William is going to do that.
Oh,
we
yeah.
all know why. Because there's a Duke out there who may or may not attend, and then he may or may not agree to bend the knee. So it's a bit like Prince Philip's funeral, where nobody could wear their military uniforms because Harry wasn't allowed, and Andrew. So to save the bickering, nobody wore it. So it's one of those situations. And also,
Talk about dragging them down.
Catherine couldn't go to Diana's statue unveiling because Meghan wasn't allowed. And Catherine couldn't go to Balmoral when the Queen was dying because Meghan wasn't well. So can you see a pattern? When the crybabies start kicking off, then everybody else...
Yeah, but to be fair, William always got a bigger castle than Harry, didn't he?
He not only that,
Favouritism.
he got the bigger half of the bedroom, I heard. Bastard.
He gets a new Rolls Royce every year, and Harry has to have the hand-me-downs. I never get a new Rolls Royce, do I? Hey, favouritism.
Anyway, I think we are going to wrap it up for now, guys, so we don't intrude any further on your lovely Valentine's evening. Hope you're all having a brilliant time. Whether you're together with loved ones, on your own, go and get yourselves a drink. Have some hot chocolate. Put a bit of brandy in it. Watch a naughty movie. And Rhea Snakespeare is on the Discord. She's pinned the link at the top of this live discussion. So anyone who's watching this on the playback, you just hit live chat. And then you get to see, I think, all the chat that happened.
You've got to be invited, haven't you? That's the invite, I think. Is that
Yeah. You just click on it. That is the invite, and it takes you to it. So thank you all very, very much for joining us. And we'll have to do this a little bit more often because Christmas we did it all the time, and then we just stopped.
After Christmas.
Maybe we should do it once a week. So which day of the week would you guys prefer? It really doesn't make any difference to me until we go back to Dolphin Safari. So once we're back on the boat, then it's difficult to do lives because the Wi-Fi is terrible there.
Yeah.
So
it's a bit dodgy.
let us know.
Right. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We've got 260 there.
Have a fabulous time and keep your eye out.
Don't forget to press like.
I wasn't going to say that, actually. I was going to say, don't forget to keep an eye out for aliens. Look to the skies. They're going to come one day if they don't already walk amongst us.
The Americans have been shooting them down.
I nearly closed the whole box then and left it live.
No. Don't
Good night.
And may your God go with you.
End.